what do you think it is that it takes for someone to actually succeed in this game? Because first of all, everyone wants success.
Yes.
And then secondly, us as, let's say, teachers or coaches or people who provide the knowledge, we provide the same knowledge to everybody.
Exactly.
So obviously observing your students also out in Taiwan, you have some that are excelling and you have also some that aren't doing anything. What do you think that's down to then?
What's up, creators? Welcome back to another episode of the
Creator Show.
Oh, wow, what was that? Oh my gosh. We've got 3 introverts lined up for you here today. We have got on the right corner here, we've got Master Sri Akashna here with us today. Also, we have got the amazing Angela, Miami girl, here with us today. Everybody say hello to Angela.
Hi.
She's not really Miami girl, are you? Are you Miami or Colombian?
Oh.
We've been saying for so long now we need to bring food onto the show.
Yeah, I know.
Still till today we haven't bring food on the show.
Maybe. Yes.
I think we'll spread so much more positivity if we're all eating. Huh?
Firstly, welcome to your first episode of the Creators Show.
Thank
I
you.
had it right behind me for clarification of what it was called. Right, Angela, I don't know if you want to talk about, these guys are actually practicing yoga every morning at 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. is what they're scheduled, but this past couple of days it's been for 3-hour sessions. I know from listening to these guys that a lot of people here have never practiced yoga before.
Yeah.
And some people were only, 5 days in? Some people are finding it intense already. Like from a few conversations that I've heard from people, they find it intense already.
During yoga yesterday, I said that some people, they look at it, they say, wait there a second, I can't even pull my right leg over my left right now. But that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Because it's not saying what you can do now. It's saying, hey, have I got the willingness to continue to progress?
Yeah.
And am I going to, although I feel like I'm behind, I'm still going to work on it.
Yeah.
And I always talk about this like a kind of like an unfair advantage. What people look at, they say, oh, you're more talented than me, or you're more talented than me, and then they kind of give up. But what I see a lot, especially while training so many people, is seeing that actually the most talented ones at the beginning, right, they seem good, but they usually at the end, they're not the ones that are most shining.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because they take things for granted. They're like, I'm naturally good at it, I don't need to practice, so they don't practice. And sometimes, and I was one of those people where I feel like I wasn't comfortable with communicating. I wasn't comfortable with speaking. I wasn't comfortable with videos. I wasn't comfortable any of these things, business or anything. And I feel there was a lot of people that was a lot more special than me at that time, which had more skills than me. But I knew that through the night, I wouldn't be sleeping. You know, I'm gonna work on it.
2 of us, we went to, when we were in India doing yoga training, there's so many times that we were like, why am I doing this? I don't want to do this anymore.
I heard you actually have a breakdown on one day.
I think everyone had a breakdown.
Did you hear,
because you didn't get fed properly?
I actually had a lot of food.
But it was one day, I think Shweta was teaching, and then she just ended up just rolling around the floor.
Oh, wow.
It was a big class.
Anymore. I'm like, what happened? She's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
So everybody's in the middle of practicing asanas, and she's rolling on the floor. I don't want to do this anymore.
Wow. Why did you decide to create Wealth Yogi? I know we've been talking about what Jian was saying, that we decided to run a program.
I think we're just looking at the 2 parallels of money and spirituality, right?
Right.
And like a bit of a taboo topic when people talk about money. It's not good, and all the rest of it is evil. And then there's these two parallels that are existing right now, where you have the spiritual people who, a lot of them, I mean, not to disrespect anyone, but they struggle with finances. They end up closing their eyes and trying the law of attraction, but struggling with paying bills, which is a very interesting thing because they talk about abundance, right? Then you have the second category, which is the people who they are working all the time. And then they don't know anything about like living in the now and breathing and all any of this type of stuff. So the whole program was actually designed just to allow people to understand, hey, we are a spiritual being in this physical form, and we are here to experience an abundance of all of that. I mean, even in the Bible, it says God is showering you with gold. You're supposed to have abundance, So I think people just get a little bit confused with these two concepts, but when you start understanding how to live the fullest experience of life, I think it's about having both. And this is what it's doing. It's here to reprogram their mind so that they start living like that. Yeah. we've been doing coaching a long while, and
Yeah.
obviously you joined us maybe a few years ago, and then now you're also coaching and leading the groups in Taiwan. I think a message that would be very nice to go out there for people to understand is like, what do you think it is that it takes for someone to actually succeed in this game? Because first of all, everyone wants success.
Yes.
And then secondly, us as, let's say, teachers or coaches or people who provide the knowledge, we provide the same knowledge to everybody.
Exactly.
So obviously observing your students also out in Taiwan, you have some that are excelling and you have also some that aren't doing anything. What do you think that's down to then? Like, what would you say it's down to from your observation?
I think is persistence, determination and persistence. Yeah, like people in Chinese, in Mandarin, we says 3分钟热度. It's like you only want this for like 3 minutes. So after 3 minutes, you forget about it. So it's about the persistence of keep going towards your goal, towards to your determination and actually doing the work. A lot of people is like, okay, I do work, I'm changing my life for like 10 days. And after 10 days, they kind of just go back to the same routines and doing the same thing that they've been doing, which is not getting them anywhere. Otherwise, they won't, join the program and want to change their life.
So how do you think, because for a lot of people, obviously everyone's got a great intent. Everybody always sets out to want to make a difference. I want to be successful. And then they would, I don't know, join different courses or read different books and learn different things. They get really excited, like you said, for those 3 minutes or something. And then, what do you think, like, how could, or can you even change someone like that? Can you affect them that way? Well, what do you think the things are? Because we're all in the same industry. We all do the same thing. So what are your views on that?
I think a lot of people have got what's known as short-term motivation. Like, there's a lot of people, you always say this, and this is something that you've taught from the beginning. I remember from my first Superpower Live, everybody inside this room, it will be the minority of people who actually go out there and do it. So there is, like, we have to, like, that is fact. And I know someone did comment the last time we spoke about this, saying that, how we say most businesses fail? Somebody actually did comment on one of our videos the last time saying, isn't that the wrong vibrational point of attraction that you should be focusing on? You should be saying that most people are going to succeed and most people are going to win, but that's down to each individual. That's what I personally believe.
But I think also another thing as well, as a speaker, as a teacher, I think that it's important to also let them know from the outset, hey, wait there a second, this is the fact, first of all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to be part of the fact, but this is the fact, because otherwise what will happen is you say, oh, most people win, then when they don't win, they say, you told me most people win,
But when you said that, I actually used it as motivation. I remember the first time I didn't know who you were this time.
But this is the idea behind it. It's like saying that when we're in an environment like that, I'm telling you, most people are going to fail. And I'm telling you, there's a group of 100 people here, I'm telling you, there's probably only going to be 1 or 2 who succeed.
Yeah.
Well, when I heard that, I was like, well, it's not going to be me.
but this
Exactly.
is the thing.
Yeah.
I need people to make that decision that, okay, I want to be the one that succeeds. So what does it take? And most of the time, number one, what I realize is it's not about qualifications. It's not about knowledge. It's not about that part. I mean, that part's a small part of it. We provide the strategies. But the main part is what Jane was saying there, which is down to persistence.
Resistance.
And most people are not persistent.